Okay, well, I've been a tarot reader for a long time. When I was 18, I actually started, I think it was 18, I actually started working for a really, really famous psychic reader's phone line. Can't really say the name, but I can pretty much tell you what it was about. I stopped doing that because, you know, the object of when you work for something like that is to keep the person on the line. And sometimes they're spending a whole lot of money. And basically I got a lot of money, but then at the end of the year, a lot of times I did have to claim it as a, basically sort of like as a business, but you're a contractor, so you really get reamed good in taxes, especially since the only deduction I had was tarot cards. So I stopped doing that, and because another thing is, you know, I opened my own shop, and I've done tarot card readings ever since. When I first came in contact with tarot cards, it was when I was a little girl. This is basically the system that my mother taught me. One day I was watching her do tarot cards. I was like, Mom, what's that? She was basically going to school to be an English teacher, and she's like, well, you see these cards without numbers. Let me find one here. Cards without numbers, without even aces or anything like the Emperor. Well, that is a major arcana card. They're like nouns in a sentence. They're the major thing you're looking at. And then she goes, and you know, these cards, I was only in first grade, but I was learning sentence structure, okay? She goes, these cards with numbers, like these Two of Cups. Well, those are like adjectives in a sentence. Since they're so weak, they're not as strong as the major arcana, just like with, say, nouns in a sentence, comparatively to verbs, and so on and so forth, adjectives, whatever. That's not the major thing you look at. What the major thing you look at is the major arcana cards, the ones without numbers. They're the major thing and theme, and the other cards are just going to support those cards. I'm sure it's just, you know, one of many ways to do tarot cards. Just like you can either use the rosy cross or not, right? Well, I don't use the rosy cross. I just do a straight line. I also sometimes do persona cards. It just all depends on the person, the situation. I also read in my own little way. Because, really, when you look at a book, a tarot card book, are you going to really sit down and remember every single one of those definitions? For me, no. What I think of is I look at the cards, whatever cards I'm using at the time. Normally I stick with a couple decks that are the same, but still, I look at the cards and I think to myself, now, I know the traditional meanings. How would this relate in my mind to the traditional meanings? The card itself, how can I remember this? So I'm actually giving my old deck to a certain somebody, and he's probably going to be watching these videos. So as you're watching these videos of the Cosmic Tarot, I want you to keep in mind that my meanings may not be the same as everybody else's. I also do reverse meanings, and the reverse meanings for the Cosmic Tarot is very specific. It's not like most cards where you could think, oh, it's a reverse of the original meaning. It's not always that way with the Cosmic Tarot. Okay, so I'm going to go through a couple cards in this video, and then that's it. And I'm just drawing them out as they come. So you might want to write it down. I don't know. If you do, fine. If you don't, that's fine too. Right here. Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, to me, is goal accomplished. It could mean other things. It's maybe perhaps a reflection of strength. Perhaps there's a long-term goal that you finally achieved. Could mean accomplishment. But when it comes up for me, I'm thinking, okay, the person is basically getting what they want, or striving for, what they're working towards. This is Two of Cups. Two of Cups is one of those relationship cards, and obviously from my cards, it is a very serious love relationship. You can, that's the reason why I like the Cosmic Tarot so much. I mean, it's so obvious in some of these cards what it's about. You see the cups, and they're flowing back and forth through each other. That's because this relationship is very satisfying to the people. That's maybe the reason why, you know, it can last, or it has potential to, or maybe it just has gotten serious. That's what Two of Cups means, although it's a major or a minor arcana card. Minor arcana cards can be changed easily, but when you get major arcana cards, it's very hard to change. The Emperor, and that's, of course, if you believe in fate or destiny. The Emperor card. This, obviously, you can look at this card and tell this guy is controller, right? That's what this means. In control, head of your household, or whatever, however you want to put it. But there is definitely a control factor going on with this card. Now, you might think, what do you mean, control factor? Well, it could mean that somebody's just in control of their, you know, house or dwelling or basically life. That could be a good sign. But then think about it. I mean, every card, because every facet of life really has to have a positive and negative, right? That's how I balance it all out in my mind. Well, this could mean in control and all that, all the good stuff, but it could also mean the negative side of control. You know, maybe somebody's really dominant, almost too dominant, just too much. And I will make other videos and just cover the rest of the cards in each video.